Hey guys, I am so excited you decided to join us back here on Professional Prep. We are in for another fun day of Python learning. So last class we learned about Boolean expressions and if, else, and elif statements. And today we will be talking about while loops. Now, if statements and loops, they make up so much. They make up so much of programming. So we're learning the bulk of programming, the majority of programming in these two lessons, or three. Next class we're going to be learning about for loops. I'll write that here, but not something that we'll be discussing this class. All right. So let's quickly delete all this. And the concept is the same. So just remember what we talked about, just remember what we learned last class about booleans, okay? So equal is comparison, equal is consigning, is assigning, and then this stuff you should know already, right? We discussed it last class. So a while loop is pretty much here, let me explain with the demo. Would you rather type hello? Would you rather type print hello how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Would you rather write print hello 9 times? Actually, I think no? Okay. So I know that there's some Visual Studio Code shortcut that lets you do this, but would you rather do that 9 times, or would you rather write 2 lines of code that could do this? Or it could even do it 40 times, 50 even. It's really up to us. So pretty much, do you want to do it manually, or do you want the computer to do it for you? Well, I personally would choose the computer, since that's less work. So the syntax of a while loop is while, and then Boolean expression, colon, just like we saw in the if, elif, and else statements. And then over here in the indents is where we will be writing our code. So let's do print hello. All right. And you know what? Let's quickly bring back the print statements we had before, and we're going to be making this say before. Let's do it 5 times, just to stay on the simple side. So, oh, and I was mistaken. Not 2 lines of code, but 3. And so yeah, let's get started. Let's first declare a new variable. It's going to be x. You know what? Randint. We'll just do randint for now. And it's going to be 5. All right. So while randint, or 5, is less than 10, let's say 10. All right. While randint is less than 10, print hello. Now, if we run this, it's going to print hello forever, right? Because randint will always be less than 10. So what we can do is we can increment this randint variable by 1 every time the loop goes through. So randint plus equals 1. We discussed that, right? This is, I think the term for it is either compound or composite equation, but don't quote me on that. So yeah, pretty much what happens is Python detects, hey, there's a while loop over here. It goes into the while loop, all right? So it'll print hello, and then it'll increment random int by 1. And then it says, hey, there's a while loop over here. Is randint less than 10? Well, after going through the loop 1 time, randint will be 5. It'll no longer be 6. It'll be 6. It'll no longer be 5. So pretty much this process, it keeps going on and keeps going on until this condition is false. So let's run this real quickly, and let's change this to after. Alright, so we see that it says before 5 times and then after 5 times. But we only wrote 3 lines of code, right? How did this happen? Well, as we said before, even though we wrote 3 lines of code, this actually ran 5 times because of the while loop. Now, while loops can be very useful and very beneficial if there's a long program that you want to keep running for a certain amount of time. This for loop will also come in handy. It's not as handy in Python as it is in other languages, but it does come in handy, and we'll talk about that. A later class. But I want you guys to experiment with this while loop right now. So let's change rand int. Let's keep rand int, and let's change this to less than 0. And let's make sure to make that rand int minus equals 1. Alright. Same thing. After is printed 5 times. Now what were to happen if this condition kept going on and kept going on and kept going on with no stop? Let's see. As you see, it goes on forever. It's infinite because there is no time that this condition is false. Let's quickly kill that. I recommend not doing that on your own computer. If you don't have a very high-end computer, it might crash. And I've had that happen to me a few times. What I did was pretty risky. So yeah, don't do that. And make sure that at some point this is false, because if not, you might end up crashing your computer. And some IDs actually are intelligent, and we might discuss one later on. It's called PyCharm. There it is. We'll discuss it and how to use it in a later video. But for now, Visual Studio Code, just fine. And those types of IDEs can tell you if this condition will never be met. That's a very useful feature. But for now, it's just up to us. Can we see that this will never ever be false? So yeah. So I want you guys to experiment with that. It might be a difficult concept in the beginning, but after time, you'll get used to it. And it'll actually kind of get fun after some time. Let's quickly make one more. Let's do x equals 10 and do while with a lowercase w. You can see with the syntax highlighting, if while was within uppercase, you see how it's white. Alright, so lowercase while, and then while x is greater than 0. And then print my name is, let's quickly declare a name variable up here. And I used one equal sign for declaring, for assigning, as we wrote up here, name. And make sure to have your variable incrementing plus equals 1. Or, sorry, minus equals 1. That was a close one. Let's run that. That's not good. Alright. There it is. That ran 10 times. So yeah, have some fun with that. And you know what? I'm going to teach you one method right now, and we'll be using it next class. It's called the input method. So I'm going to explain that really quickly right now. It's very fun. When I was first learning Python, then I used this a lot for some of my personal projects. So pretty much it is, let's quickly make a variable. It'll be called name equals, and then input and parentheses. Now, let's also put a little, let's fill in one of the parameters. So it'll be what is your name. All right, and then it'll print your name is name. So right now you can see that we did not put my name anywhere here. Let's quickly run this, and we see Python asking me, what is my name? Well, my name is Arav. Let's enter that, and there we go. It says your name is Arav. So we will be using that next class, or one of the following classes, for a game, a random or a number guessing game. So stay tuned for that. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a blast, and make sure to join us for the next Python video, or even one of the other professional prep videos. So yeah.